Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I hope you can hear me because I had to reset my internet tonight. It's always something with me. It's always something. Welcome, ghouls. Welcome, boils and ghouls, to another sterling, fantabulous, shiny episode of the Doom vlog. We're episode 45. We're inching slowly ever closer to episode 50. Ever so close. If you can think of something good, something interesting, something fun I can do for episode 50, please go ahead and let me know. Maybe I could do a competition. That might be a pretty good idea, actually. Or maybe I could do, I don't know, something weird. Just come up with an idea and let me know. I hope there's some people here. I haven't done really a hygiene check on the channel yet. No live viewers, but that is okay. All right, so here we are. Welcome, it's BZ here in the Neon Doom room for another episode of the Doom vlog. I keep moving this microphone to suit my needs randomly. That might be a better place to put it so I can see the keyboard. Welcome, BZ here. I've got Roddy here. Rotten Roddy. His moniker is Rotten Roddy. He's my camera. He's my compatriot. He's my buddy. All metal casing and circuitry and circuit boards and that ever-present dying battery that I need to charge before and after I use him. It, she, whatever it is. So that Rotten Roddy does not deplete. What can we say about Roddy? Of course, Rotten Roddy is my master at arm's length. Literally at arm's length. What can we say about Roddy? Ever present, all knowing, all seeing, unjudgmental, losing my voice. Unjudgmental. It's a good thing to be unjudgmental. Be unjudgmental as much as you can in life. Be a good person. That is my mentality. I'm not a perfect person. By far, I'm not a perfect person. But one thing I will tell you, I always try to do. Why does my hat feel weird? I always try my darndest to make it part of my day just to be a good person. With all my frailties, I'm a human. I mess up. I do things wrong. I don't get things right all the time. But the mentality I have in the back of my mind is be a good person. And that will drive me always to try and be a better person in daily life. Having said that, though, that does not mean that you cannot pick apart a movie. It does not mean that you cannot pick apart the flawed ideology of Hollywood, of Disney, of Netflix, of whoever it is that you're watching a movie or a television series of. Cartoon, doesn't matter. Physical media is born of its mother, and its mother is film and cinema and celluloid and digital. And, you know, reel to reel, old school shot on old school cameras. Whatever it is you do, whether it's, you know, a small Z-grade horror film or it's a multi-million-dollar blockbuster. If we're watching it, we're going to judge it. And that's where the word judge will come in because all our opinions are different. I do respect that we're all got different opinions. This is my channel. This is where we have some of those opinions. We do talk about movies. We do talk about toys. But I will have opinions. And sometimes those opinions might offend somebody. And if that's the case, such is life. I started my video with talking about being a good person. That's where my ideology starts. So if I talk about a movie and I say this movie doesn't work because it's trying to shove down my throat a bunch of feminist or, I don't know, whatever ideology, whatever thought pattern, theology, instead of focusing on a story, I'm going to say that. And if you take that to mean that I am racist or sexist or whatever, then that's just the way you'll have to take it because that's not what I mean. So I'm just saying that to begin with because I do get some questions about that. I do get some people sort of ask me what I mean by something. At the end of the day, I'm not having a pot shot at people as human beings. I'm having a pot shot at stories, character development, locations, things in movies that matter. When you watch a movie, when you watch a television series, you want to be invested in that. And maybe your idea of investment is different to mine, but I want to be able to believe the story. So I will have an opinion on it, because if it makes me feel like, oh, first 30 minutes is somebody shoving someone's opinion about the way the world should work down my throat, takes me out of the story. Okay? Too many of one kind of character takes me out of the story. People that put in their own, I don't know, directors put their own like processes, or try to like trauma dump in a movie or a television series because they need to work things out with themselves. That takes me out of it. I just want good cinema. So just getting that out of the way at the beginning, because we talk about stuff like that. And I don't want you to get the wrong opinion about me. At the same time, if you do get the wrong opinion about me, what do you want me to do? I've already explained. All right, so let's move on to what we normally do first, which is a hello. And I hope you're all well. Hope you're doing very well out there in movie land, in the real world, in IRL. I shouldn't say in IRL. I should say IRL, because that's what people say these days, don't they? I'm not as young as I used to be, so there's a lot of other ways of talking that I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, here we are. You know, I'm in my room full of, some people would call it shit. Some people would call it hoarding. Some people would call it a wonderful, crazy collection. And that's what it is to me, a wonderful, crazy collection of the things I love. And I hope that you are all living in a wonderful, crazy collection of the things you love. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, whether that's your friends, people in the street, your partner, your grandmother, your mother, distant uncle over in Estonia. Don't let them tell you you can't do what you love. If you collect, bravo. Bravo. You get an applause. And applause, you get some applause from me. Because I love being, when I'm on Instagram, I love seeing people's collections. I love seeing the things that people fill their lives with, that they adore, that they have a reason in their life to love. And the stories that come with that are amazing as well, like why that person or those people have found a love of those things. You know, being taken to the shops when you're young by your grandmother, or going to the movies with your dad, or going shopping with your mum, or whatever it is that started that, or going to a friend's house and they introduce you to horror. Like, there's always a backstory. And it might seem boring to some people. It's not boring to me. I think my very first YouTube video ever was me just explaining why I love this stuff, why I have fond memories of Star Wars, why I look at this stuff. And some of it I can't get back. You know, some people collect things that they love because that's what they grew up with. And for me, I started collecting in on-card original Star Wars, you know, 1970s Star Wars figures. And I didn't have the same feeling anymore. And I didn't really keep any of them because, I don't know, for some reason, the memory was more important than the actual physical item. And when I had the physical item in my collection, I don't know, I kind of felt no connection to it in that way. I felt like the connection was my memory of that moment. I'm guessing that there'll be a few figurines that would probably change my mind on that, because I didn't have the original ones I bought when I was a kid. But yeah, everybody's different. We collect for our own reasons, and I applaud you all for that. So let's continue to do that. And obviously, just the usual word of caution: whatever you collect, do it feasibly. Like, you know, make sure that the well is never empty, so to speak. Do yourself a favor. Don't do yourself a disservice. And I'm not saying you don't already know this. You're smart people out there. But, you know, make the money last. Get by. Eat a meal. Make sure that you got beers in the fridge and your kids have got food on the table, and all that stuff's more important than collecting. But when we can, we throw money at collecting. And if you're a single individual of any kind, any background, and you don't have anybody, you know, to look after, go for it. But make sure you got food on the table and you got food in your belly. That's what I always say. All right, let us move on to the very first segment of our wonderful channel, the Doom Vlog, sorry, Neon Doom Room, and the actual, what would we call this? Series, maybe? A series? The Doom Vlog. The Doom Vlog, we just chat. We chat, we talk about toys, we talk about all sorts of crazy stuff. I might just, before I move on to the first segment, I might just quickly swap this over to a different, is it going to be on this one? Sorry, I don't feel like I'm getting coverage here. Let's see if I can figure this out. Let's change it from entertainment Let's change it to, we'll try film and animation, see if that works for us. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's okay. All right, let's go back. I can always swap it around again. That's no problems. All right, so let's move on to our very first segment, which is always going to be beer. We don't always drink beer, but the segment is usually beer. So let's start with that and go ahead and drink a beer. It's time for some beer, but I do hope that if anybody is watching that you can hear me.
Can you all hear me?
I do really hope that you can hear me. Can you?
Can you all
hear me? I do hope so. I'm not too sure who's going to be watching tonight. Retro Toy Princess has been firmly entrenched in Replay Crew, and I really appreciate her because she always lets me know when she's watching. She puts a good old Replay Crew with an exclamation mark at the end of it in my comments section. Every once in a while she will drop into a live, but she's a busy gal. She's got her own stuff going on YouTube. If you haven't followed Retro Toy Princess, I will do the spiel. Go ahead and follow Retro Toy Princess. She talks about toys. She does have her own little, I guess, historical stuff about toys on YouTube, which are pretty cool. And she also does colouring in, lots and lots and lots of colouring in. So if you like that kind of thing, go ahead and watch that. And Mark, Mr. Mark McBride, who knows? He might drop in later. Sorry about the yawn. He might drop in later, or he might not drop in at all. Who knows? There's no expectation from me. I do always love it when he drops in because he's a very knowledgeable man about film. I will tell you something about him. He works in a field that's related to the arts. He does a lot of illustrations and stuff like that, and he's quite well known, but he is very much a film buff. Very much a film buff. And man, if I get Mark on, I know that he'll be able to tell me a bunch of stuff that I thought I knew that I obviously didn't know, or maybe I didn't know at all, and he can inform me. He's got good kidneys up here. He remembers everything. He's got good kidneys down here as well. All right, let's move on to beer before I rant on a bit longer. I'm going to go to the fridge and get some beer out of the fridge, and we'll see what we're drinking tonight. I know what I'm drinking. You don't know what I'm drinking. Maybe it'll taste nice. I hope it tastes nice. Maybe it's got a...
It's got a fruity bouquet.
Maybe it does have a fruity bouquet. Let me go and get it out of the fridge, and we'll move on to the next segment after we've cracked the beer and had a drink and a bit of a talk about it. Hang on. Just bear with me for just a moment. Do I have a, there we go. I'll be back. All right. I don't like leaving it. I'll be back for terribly long, so let's go back to Rotten Roddy Cam. Here we are. Okay, so we're going to have a beer. One thing I did forget to mention at the beginning is that right there is a movie playing. Now, I forgot, as I usually do, I forgot last week to tell you what the movie was. The movie that we watched last week in the background on this monitor up here, I've got to name the monitor one day. The movie we watched last week was The History of the World Part 1. I don't know if you got it. Nobody mentioned anything. Not even Mark knew what it was. I think he had a couple of guesses, a couple of wild stabs in the dark, but he didn't get it. And that's okay. So I'm telling you, it was The History of the World Part 1. This movie is a post-apocalyptic movie, and you may not get it. It's pretty obscure. Something to do with ice and snow. I'll let you figure it out. I've got the movie over here, and it is released by Umbrella. So please try not to cheat and look it up. If you do cheat, I can't stop you. but I would prefer it if you tried to guess. If you do guess and it's live, I'll give you a high five and I'll give you a slow clap, just like we did in the 80s, films. I'll give you a nice slow clap. All right, let's crack this beer. I do have a nice frosty glass here. You can see it's frosty. This time I haven't, it's not going to stay out here for very long, otherwise it will not stay chilled. And tonight we are drinking, I didn't know what to get tonight, to be honest. I didn't know what to get. I know what's going on with my light right now. Please, focus on me. Focus on me. Where's my face? I can sort of see a reflection of myself. That's right. Focus on me. We're going to, I didn't know what to get, so I almost went for a Guinness, but I decided no. The inner mark told me to get a Kilkenny. And I got two actually, so we'll see how we go with this one. Irish style Kilkenny, original draft, nice and dark. So we're going to crack that now before my glass does not stay chilled. Whoop! Please don't froth. Oh, let's get this in this glass before the glass loses its chill. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Please don't get it on my keyboard. I got way too much head on that. We don't mind a bit of head on the beer. You can take that comment any which way. Not a very good beer pourer, I will say. So I don't know if Mark jumps in here and he catches me pouring this. No, I don't think it's terribly bad, actually. Don't like wasting any of that frothy stuff. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Can I hold this a little bit better so you can see it? Let's hold it from underneath. Look at that. Black lava. Just cascading down. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, we're doing it in our Mandalorian. This is the whey glass that I very roughly cleaned tonight. So you can see there's some stuff on it from last week, but I did wash it just with a cup of water and a tissue and gave it a rinse out. So I'm sure I won't get the plague or anything from it. But this is Kilkenny. A little bit different looking than Guinness. I think I probably like Guinness a little bit more, but Kilkenny's very nice. So we're going to have a little bit of that, but I need that head to go down just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll let that have a moment. Throw that straight in the bin. Beautiful shot. Award-winning shot. My lighting keeps flaring in and out. I don't know what's up with that at the moment, but that's okay. Can I move this? No, you're not going to let me move. Can I move you by doing... I don't like the way you're sitting like that. Can I fix you up by doing... not that. Yeah, that one. Can I move you? Oh, I can move you now. Okay, I just wanted you a little bit closer to the border. I think that should be okay. Cool. I think that's right. I can't tell. All right, so how's my beer going? Head's still there. All right, so we are going to talk about movies tonight. It's our very first thing we talk about, but I just want to have this beer first before I go ahead and do that. Has anybody been watching anything good lately? I can't say that I have. Got a few things to talk about tonight. One of them is the movies I've bought, obviously, and then some of the movies that, now that I own on Blu-ray, I'm going to show you some of the stack that I'm going to get rid of. It doesn't mean I'm going to get rid of them straight away, because I only did one stall of my own collection of stuff at the Astor Film Bazaar. But I have plenty of movies that I could easily sell if I had another thing to go to sell it to. So maybe I should get off my behind and get out there and maybe try to find somewhere to sell some of these movies. I was looking tonight through my collection, as I often do, trying to figure out if I've got doubles of things. Because my problem is sometimes I know a lot of the movies I have, but I also know a lot that I don't know a lot that I don't know if I have or not. Does that make sense? And I found, where is it? This one, Falling Skies, that I found at an op shop. I think it was an op shop. And I got a funny feeling I also have this somewhere, and I was getting a bit worried that I might be letting things slide too much. But maybe I'll find it. Maybe it's, I hope it's not in this new collection of things that I bought. Have you ever done that? Where you've gone out and bought stuff that you thought you didn't have, but you did have? I think I've got Falling Skies on DVD, actually. But I might be wrong about that. I'll have to go through these once again and see if I can figure out if I do or I don't have them. Because sometimes I look up and I go, oh, there's that movie. And then later on I look down and I go, is that the same movie as, is that the same show or movie as that, is that there? And sometimes I move them from shelves and go, oh, is that double? Didn't I see a double of that? Does my head in. All right. This beer is very nice, by the way. Not the same taste as Guinness. A little bit, it feels a bit lighter. All right, I should have kept the can. I was going to see if I could see the percentage of the alcohol volume. But I didn't keep it, so it's in the bin. I don't want to go through the bin. Oh, very nice. What's that? What have I been watching? To be honest, I've been doing a shitload of working. Like, I don't know what's going on at the moment. We need more staff. I've been doing 10-hour days. I try to do 8.5. I've been doing 10-hour days. Plus travel, and yeah, by the time I hit Friday I was exhausted. I haven't been doing a whole lot of watching of anything, to be honest. I did watch a little bit of Witcher, some animated Witcher. I watched, by the way, the Witcher show. Very disappointing at the moment. Very disappointed by the Witcher. I can't say as I was completely in love with the Witcher when I first watched the very first season of The Witcher. Now, I'm not saying that because it was necessarily a bad show to begin with, but you know, I don't know if you feel this way about anything, but when you say have a, for an example, a series that you love, I mean, it could be a book that's been made into a film or something, and then you really love that world, and then you go into another fantasy world, and then it's like trying to figure out, they're trying to sell you the world, but you don't always believe it. And The Witcher grew on me. It grew on me. Eventually, it grew on me, but it took a little bit of time for me to be engaged with the world of The Witcher. Now, if you are a fan of the game, I've got the game somewhere in here, maybe in my PlayStation 4 collection. Do I, though? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do need to have it regardless. So I'll have to double check and see if I don't have it or if I do, and go ahead and get it if I don't have it. But some people grow up or end up playing in the world of The Witcher. And The Witcher, The Wild Hunt is a very popular game and people love it. And that world is, I guess, if you play the game, something that people are beholden to. For me, I didn't play the game, so I didn't really understand the world and the dynamics of the world and the creatures in the world and sort of like the cultures, which are very common cultures, dwarves and elves. And the elfish culture was very strange to me, the way they made them, and not as pure as, say, Lord of the Rings. And the dwarves were kind of pretty cool, but they're completely different as well. Yeah, and like all of the armies and the giant set pieces kind of like just kind of felt really contrived at the time when I was watching it. But I did grow to be more invested in The Witcher. But yeah, and then they changed the main character of The Witcher in season 4. I think that's right, season 4. And once they changed the main character of The Witcher, they of course then reshot some of the scenes of the last season with the new person instead of the old person. And and it just felt really weird. It just went weird. And the new Witcher, not a good match. Didn't like his voice. Didn't like the way he held himself. He kind of did okay with the fighting and stuff, but I think they're I think they're locked in, aren't they? I don't know terribly much about it, to be honest. Some vlogs have been saying that they're locked into 5 seasons or something, but I'll have to look it up. Time is my biggest constraint. And I'm guessing that they're just locked into having to produce it, which is a real shame if that's the case, because swapping the Witcher main character over, I would have thought just get anyone that looks exactly like the original Witcher. Get anyone. Could be someone from, I don't know, Switzerland or Sweden or Germany or anyone, and just figure out how to train them up to speak properly later. Just get somebody who looks exactly or close as possible to the original character. Don't change them and be like, oh, they're close enough. Close enough is not good enough. In this day and age, unfortunately, it really isn't good enough. And reshooting scenes so that you've got the same scene playing out but with a different actor, if the actor doesn't look like the original actor, it just doesn't work. And I want to love The Witcher. I want to get more invested in it, because I got quite invested in it. Except for the giant set pieces and the giant battles. I kind of didn't like those very much. And then it kind of felt like it all just went away. Sorry, I will be yawning. I've been shopping and stuff, doing a lot of stuff today, and trying to save my pool. I've had bad weather here, and I've been trying to save my pool from going green. It's been like, I did save it once before, and now I've got to save it again. So I've spent my days like remixing chlorine, emptying the pump, cleaning filters. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just a bit tired. Okay, just in case you do want to know, I have Rebels playing on this TV. I'm not watching it obviously, but it is playing there. It's one of my go-to. Can't decide on anything. It'll be Rebels, or it'll be Bad Batch, or it'll be, one of the Star Wars movies. Usually Rebels or Bad Batch, because they're just really easy to watch. And on my VHS player, I do have the Clone Wars. Not the Clone Wars, sorry, Attack of the Clones, I should say. So the VHS of the second, that is movie 2, not in order, but movie 2 of the prequels, playing on my VHS player. Which they never made Revenge of the Sith, which is, I don't know why I think they did release some Revenge of the Sith on VHS, but it was right on the cusp of VHS closing. So pretty much nobody owns a Revenge of the Sith. I would love to see if somebody actually does make them, because I really want a Revenge of the Sith on VHS. Let's have a look. I don't mean to do this. How am I going to do this? I would love to own even a bootleg copy of it. Revenge of the Sith VHS tape. Oh, that's so bright. What do you mean finally Revenge of the Sith on VHS? Star Wars Revenge of the Sith on VHS is insanely rare. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith on VHS. Some people do own it, but it's extremely, extremely rare. But what I want to find out is how to buy it. For sale on eBay. How can this be true? That doesn't look right at all. 20th anniversary VHS. No. That can't be real. Ultra rare video including flyer. Well, they want a lot of money for that. Look, they've got one here. We should do this on a whatever price stuff is on eBay. $6,615. Plus, the shipping cost is $384. You can't even see what I'm seeing. Let me just swap cameras and do a quick... While we're drinking beer. Hang on, let me just have another sip of beer. Let's do a what overpriced stuff is on eBay. Can I find the bumper? I haven't done it for so long. eBay. I'm just looking for the one that says eBay. Really? I don't have it anymore? That's bizarre. Oh, there it is. Here we go.
What overpriced stuff is on eBay?
All right, let's go to my desktop screen. Let me just swap this to the top. Is this at the top? Yep, good. Okay, hang on. Desktop screen. One quick check before I do that. One quick check. One quick check. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to desktop screen right now. All right, there we go. Okay, here I am down here. Hello. Hello down there. Hello up there, I should say. I'm down here. The first one I'm looking at here is, look, is it a bootleg? Hard to tell. Hard to tell, but it doesn't look anything. It does say 50th anniversary. It does say 50th anniversary. 20th, sorry. 20th anniversary. It does have Walt Disney written here. That's really quite bizarre. It looks like a bootleg. Look, the way... No, let's go back here. Let's... Here. No, here. Where is it? Look at the side. There, that one. Down here, the Walt Disney is cut off. It looks like a bootleg. And look, that's been cut too big for the actual case. Unless it's cardboard. Confusing. It looks really confusing. What is going on here? I'm not too sure what's happening with the back of this VHS tape, but it looks like a bootleg. Is there a description? Where's the description? There's for sale my VHS side loader box. Oh, it says box only. Side loader box. Oh, so it's a whole box? So it's a special VHS. I don't know. That's bizarre. It doesn't look right though. Doesn't look right. I'm gonna guess that's... Yeah, it must be a special kind of VHS. Somebody can let me know what a side loader is. I think it's a whole thing. You got to put the whole thing in the player. I might be wrong though. Let's close that off. All right, let's move to the next one. This does say Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, VHS, PAL, ultra rare video, including flyer, pre-owned. This seems to show 3. So, do you get all 3? Because I don't understand why you would sell all 3 for so little. $47.63 in US. But we want Australian plus postage. Very strange. It's actually a very rare movie, so I can't imagine it being that cheap. There we go. Let's have a look. This is where the money shot is. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, VHS video, mint and sealed. 9.4 CGC. We can tell by the 12 on the spine, that's a UK one. And when you look at the seller, it's that person and part of their name is UK. That 12 is European or / UK. That's more like what a spine should look like. That's more like what the topper should look like. And you can tell it is sealed inside the packet. Much like what we get in Australia with our sealed VHSs, the outside is left to get damaged and the inside is where the action kind of happens. That VHS is sealed, which is not terribly great for me because if I want to pay, wow, that is $6,615 overpriced. So I can understand why they're trying to do that. I don't know where they got that figure from. This is my problem with resellers. Resellers, where you become scumbags, is when you make up figures like that. Because I don't know where you got the figure from. Where did you get $6,615 from? Who knows? But there's no way it's going to be worth that. I mean, look, sealed. No one's going to pay that amount of money for it unless it's in A grade order and the outer cover is actually sealed as well. Oh, it's in there as a 9.4. Is that what's happening here? Okay. What a darn shame. Yep, no one's going to buy that unless you are either crazy or have a lot of money or both. $300. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, still. Even so. There's another side loader. $25 plus delivery. $200 plus delivery. There can't have been that little of them. Like, if they'd released a first batch, you'd be talking thousands upon thousands. And then they would have stopped it, not hundreds of thousands. There's a set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, it says custom episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. So it's a custom one. Even so, that's still a lot of money for a custom. $25. That's the side loader. Again. $530.51 is insane. Where are we getting these prices from? You got a sealed Phantom Menace. Okay, $14.99. Is it sealed? Yeah, new and sealed. See, that's only $15. What do we got? Original lot, tape lot, original trilogy, and extras. Oh, you do not get Revenge of the Sith. And now we're into mostly original trilogy. Revenge of the Sith UK PAL, $530. So you're looking still around the $500, $600 mark. 1994 VHS, 1992 VHS. Revenge of the Sith. Look, this guy wants $1,322.99, which is fucking insane. Original trilogy. Yep. A New Hope. They've got Return of the Jedi in the middle for some unknown reason. I did pass up on one of these sets at an op shop where they wanted $15 for it, and now I wish I'd picked it up. I was being stingy. Attack of the Clones, that's fine, I've already got that. It's Revenge of the Sith I'm looking for, and it doesn't look like there's any others. So I'm pretty sure someone would be doing a bootleg of it, in which case that would be what I'm looking for. That's the original poster, by the way. No, actually, that's not the original poster. That's not the one I'm thinking of. It's very similar to an Empire poster, I thought I saw. Yeah. Yeah, we've run out of Revenge of the Sith. 1 and 2 are here, but not 3. It's just really rare. But someone would bootleg it. I'm certain of it. Because there is no way in hell I would be paying that much money. Let's go back to Rotten Roddy. Can we try to find Revenge of the Sith bootleg? Try bootleg. Bootleg VHS tape. Doesn't seem like Etsy. I mean, this is a replica VHS. But they want $60. Where's the description? Oh no, it's not eBay, it's Etsy. I'm not very familiar with Etsy. Replica VHS. Excellent quality. Would definitely recommend using this supplier. Great customer service. 10 out of 10. You don't know if those are fake or anything, but really tiny pictures. Doesn't quite look. Doesn't quite fit the VHS cover. It fits on the front, back. Looking a bit janky, man. Looking a bit janky. Still, I mean, like, it's pretty cool. That's a really weird way of zooming in. Must be the original file. Looked like that. I would like to find a bootleg of Revenge of the Sith, but I'll tell you straight away, I ain't paying no $60 for it. Look, poster. Let's add, oh, miniature ones. That's pretty cute. Very cute, actually. I love that poster, Empire Strikes Back. I actually love all of these original posters. CBS Fox. Can we close? How do we close? Yeah, there we go. Let's go back to Rotten Roddy. That is so bright. I need to close it off. Close, close. Can stay up. Oh, my hard drive is working really hard tonight. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear the fan on my laptop. It's going absolutely insane at the moment. We're going to talk about some movies that I've found. So I think it's about time that we move on to Let's Get Physical Media. So let's go ahead and do that now. There it is.
Let's get physical.
Oh, sorry. I got out of that way too quickly. Try again.
Let's get physical. Media. I wanna get physical. Media. Let me hear your movies talk.
Let me hear your movies talk. It's because I'm drinking beer. This one's a very nice beer. It doesn't quite have a fruity bouquet, but it sort of has a fruity bouquet.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
Cheers.
But if I feel like if I drink too much more, because I haven't had any beers today, it might end up being me kind of doing a little bit of this.
What do they think? He can't hold his liquor.
A little bit like that. That's okay. I've got some Irish salad, Mark. I don't know if you're about, but I've got some Irish salad. I got some corn chips. He calls them Irish salad. Haven't 100% figured out why that is the case, but I'm guessing it's a in joke. But I've got some corn chips, and believe it or not, they're really good. But just get a can of baked beans, use that as a dip. Really good. I used to do dips. Well, I usually make my own dip, to be honest. I like salsa, but I got sick of buying those tiny little cans, so I started making my own salsa, and it was really good. It just takes a lot of time making it, so I've just resorted to being lazy, and I use those canned meals like Irish stew and things like that. I use them as like a dip. This time I've got baked beans. Baked beans, very good. If you add a bit of pepper and some chili in there, very, very nice. But don't tell anyone, all right? And cheers, by the way. Cheers to you guys. Okay. We're going to do Let's Get Physical Media. First and foremost, we're going to talk about some finds at op shops. I have to be careful here because in those op shop finds I always had toys. And I don't really want to combine my op shop finds because this segment is not called Let's Get Physical Media and Toys. It's Let's Get Physical Media. We save toys for Toy Talk. We save toys for Toy Talk. And that's something I'm not prepared to change my mind on. Can this microphone sit straight? There we go. It's a bit nicer. Yeah, now it looks like it's kind of straight on my screen. Be straight. Be straight. There we go. Sort of. Is that straight? I don't know. I'm a bit fussy like that. Yep. So we're going to talk about physical media first, and then we'll talk about toys later. My microphone stand doesn't like that staying straight. So let's get these out. Hang on. Can I stack them here without them showing too much? Oh, yeah, can do that. Do some of it at least. Sorry, bear with me for a second. I hadn't prepared earlier. Can I do that? Is that gonna... right on the edge of showing you. Right on the edge of showing you. I don't want to show you. Can I put them here? And then we've got some VHS tapes and one book. And one book. We'll save the toys till later. And these two. Let me show you the book. It's not physical media. Not really, anyway. It's physical, but it's not physical media. But let's just show you anyway. I think I got this for 50 cents. I think that was the only reason. It was $1 and she gave it to me for 50 cents. It's the only reason I kind of continued with it. I've already got one of these books, but I found this one as well. I've got to find the other one. I don't know where I put it. But this one's got a gold sticker on it. Why does it have a gold sticker on it? Can I take... Did that come with it? I don't think it came with it. I can't get it off straight away. Is a Pokemon book. Pokemon Team Rocket blasts off. I don't know about you, but I used to watch Pokemon every morning before I went to work when I worked at the Rose Factory. And if you're wondering what a Rose Factory is, it's a place where roses are picked, dethorned, and put into big stacks so that they can be sold to stores as flowers. Just flowers for stores. But you got to dethorn them. Otherwise, everybody gets stabbed, you get sued. So I worked in the Rose Factory. You had to get up at like 5 in the morning, start work at like 6, 6:30, something like that, in an outside shed, which was covered, but just had a main entrance in, which was just open. So it was cold, but at least you had cover, and you would dethorn them. They would bring them to you, and you would dethorn them. You would wear gloves, and you had clippers, and you would do that for like between 4 and 8 hours, just depending. It was okay money. Wasn't anything great. I did that for a while. First thing I would do in the morning is watch Pokemon. This was sort of when Pokemon was popular, when it first came out in Australia. Anyway, this was 50 cents. That's the front. And that's Team Rocket. They're the bad guys. Got to catch them all. There's Meowth. I've got a big Meowth down there. Big Meowth toy from the 90s. I think it was from the 90s. Or is it the 80s? I'd have to double check. But it is an original branded one. That's Meowth there in the background. And Meowth was one of the few Pokemons that actually talked. And there's the back of the book. Prepare for trouble and make it double. Yeah. I used to love Pokemon. And I've got the theme song on my phone somewhere. But yeah, you get this book. It's got some pictures in it. How do I do this? I can't feel this hand because I have nerve damage. But let's see if I can show you. Well, this is not going to show you, is it? Get pictures. They're just black and white. Shows you Ash and the team. Team Rocket. Dastardly Team Rocket. Squirtle, Twirtle, whatever her name was. Can't remember her name. Here's some action scenes. It's just like the cartoon made into a book. Some full pages. Yeah, it's pretty cool. 50 cents, can't go wrong, really. And I do believe this is an original one from 1995, 1996, and 1998. So, and it says $1 on the back, but I got it for 50 cents. She was like, oh, books are 50 cents today. I was like, oh, cool. So, yeah, pretty cool find. I'll have to find the other one that I have and put it together. So, not physical media, but still pretty cool. Let's move on to physical media. This was a pretty good find. And the first reason I thought it was a pretty good find is because I didn't realize this was more than one movie. This is 4 movies. I don't know if anybody knows that this is 4 movies, but it's 4 movies. Where's my mouse? What was my mouse doing? Oh, I had one live view on, they've dropped off. Come in, dropped off. This is the Magnificent Seven. It's a Magnificent Seven collection. I thought there was only one movie called The Magnificent Seven. But look, here's the movies you get. The Magnificent Seven, Return of the Magnificent Seven, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, and the Magnificent Seven Ride. It says 4 movies. Obviously, there's 4 movies there. They're all in here. They do have stickers on them. They're from the Plenty Valley Village Library. So they have Plenty Valley Village Library. That's a very hard thing to say. Plenty Valley Village. Plenty Valley Village. Plenty Valley Village. Plenty Valley Village Library. So you've got these. You can see the Plenty Valley Village Library. That is a shit fucking way to say it. Look, library, Plenty Valley Village. Plenty Valley Village. I want you to say that 3 times. Plenty Valley Village, Plenty Valley Village, Plenty Valley Village, Plenty Valley Village. I think I've said it enough that I can say it now. You get the 4 movies. Last 2. I didn't check the quality of them. I just went, that's pretty cool, and I picked it up. Some scratching, but very light, but quite clean. No dust, no smudges. Pretty good. Pretty good. I show this to you because you can see with the light how clean they are. It's very clean. A couple of scratches. Well, that's about it. I like a good Western. I don't watch a whole lot of Westerns these days, but I like the idea of having them ready to go. With physical media being what it is today, yeah, really clean. Like, really, really clean. I don't want to have to subscribe to like 10 different channels, 10 different streaming services just to watch some movies. I rebel against that. That one's a little bit smudgy, but quite clean. You can see what's on you can see my games up there. It's a gaming shelf. You can't see there, but you can see that it's mostly pretty clean. I hope you're having a drink with me. If you're watching me in replay crew, I hope you're having a drink with me. But look, and I think they had that as $1. They didn't even have it as a multi. They had it as $1. So I picked that up for $1. I got 4 Magnificent 7, original Magnificent 7 movies for $1. This is the original. Who has it got in it? Does it tell me all their names? Yul Brynner, Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, Robert Vaughn, Brad Dexter, James Coburn, and Horst Boschultz. 7 mercenaries hired to defend a small village from the evil Calvera. And obviously the spin-offs to that. Fantastic. I mean, I know it's DVD, and I'm trying to do Blu-ray. My focus is Blu-ray. But it's still pretty wild that I got 4 movies for literally like 25 cents each. Fantastic. And look, I'm wearing my Misfits shirt. I'd forgotten I still had this. I was rummaging around in my t-shirt drawer, which is getting bigger by the day, I will let you know. And I wanted to wear a shirt tonight, and some of them are a bit tight because I'm fat. Well, I'm not fat, but I'm not fat. And I found this, which fits pretty good for the most part. Pretty good shirt. Can't be bothered getting up to show you. That's my Misfits shirt. So $1, I got the Magnificent Seven collection. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to put these back in the bag they came out of. Next one is sort of, I wouldn't say set, but there's two of them, so I picked them up. It's Season 1, Volume 2, and Season 1, Volume 1, or should I say, in the correct order, Season 1, Volume 1, and Season 1, Volume 2 of Young Justice. Not much on superheroes, but I do like animation. So if they do it right, I'm quite happy to own them. I'm trying to get more of them so that I've at least got some. I try not to buy every animation. Look, I could buy all the Batmans and stuff, but I probably wouldn't watch them, to be honest, because I'm not hugely into superheroes. I like them, but with my room being the way it is, I don't want to buy things that I'm not going to watch really in the near future. So some things I turn away. There's a lot of Dark Knight, kind of Batman cartoons that people love that I'm not going to watch them. And I like Batman. He's more of a anti-hero than a hero to me, but still, even so, I got to keep it slim and streamlined in here, which it's not at all. Animation looks pretty good. Coming of age, Justice comes of age in this power-packed collection. Now, I don't really know. I got them for $1 each, as you can see by the stickers on the back. $1 Rooney, 1 Buckaroo Banzai. How many episodes? 4 episodes on that. 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes on that. So you've got Robin, Superboy, Kid Flash, Miss Martian, Artemis, and Aqualad on one of them. And it doesn't tell me who's on the other one. But it's still pretty cool. I haven't checked the disc quality on these. I've been a bit lazy of late, so I should really be doing that and making sure I'm not buying a dud. Very clean. Very clean indeed. It's the first one, and the disc looks like that. Black and white. Black and silver, I should say. And the next one, very clean as well. When you go op shopping, or as you say in the States, thrifting, always better to double check. I have bought some duds in the past, or at least some that looked good, and then I brought them into light and they were really quite scratched up. So always best if you double check. But for $1 each, $2, I got 8 episodes. And you know what? I could easily just chuck these on afterwards and watch them because the episodes would be fun. I know that for a fact. You know, some episodes, if you're watching manga, if you're a manga fan or a manga fan, I'm sure that you won't agree with me, but some manga is an acquired taste. Some of it's really stylized and maybe not as easy to just watch through. You may disagree with me. I sometimes find I have to be quite picky with manga. But this is Americanized manga, so to speak, or Americanized animation. So it wouldn't be too hard to watch. Story would be quite simple. It'd just be a lot of action and dialogue. So happy with that. A bit happy with that one. This one I think I've heard of, but I'm really glad to find. Disc is suitably clean. Some light scratching, but not really bad, really, at all. And then this one is a Species spin-off. It's not really a spin-off. It's a Species sequel. I don't know how many there are. I'd have to look it up. This is Species: The Awakening. Irresistible Beauty, Unstoppable Instincts. Unrated. This is unrated. So you got this hot chick on the front. I don't know. I don't think this is number 2. I'm going to guess this is maybe number 3 or 4 even. Bit hard to tell. The Awakening. And then obviously you've got the species sort of variant, and then maybe partial species variant for $1. Always good to find these weirdo movies that are made past the point of an original weirdo movie. Very clean, some slight scratching, but quite clean. Always good to have some of these weird kind of movies added to the collection. I picked this up because, as annoying as this young chappy is, I love him. I love him. I love his friends. He's got a very annoying laugh. Super clean disc. Super clean disc. Super clean. Let's check them all. Because I didn't check them in store. Really clean. Clean. Disc 3. Really clean. So always happy when that happens. That would be Mr. SpongeBob SquarePants. Complete first season. Hey, SpongeBob. Yes, Patrick. Hey, SpongeBob. You get a lot of episodes. I wouldn't even want to count that. I'm going to guess maybe 40 or 30 episodes. So 3 discs. Love SpongeBob. As annoying as he is, love SpongeBob. And the discs are super clean. Once again, another cartoon that's worth keeping. And a great memory. Something I used to watch a lot of. This is a horror movie of sorts. I guess I'm not going to say so much horror as horror thriller or horror adjacent. Horror thriller adjacent. Let's check the disc. Some light scratches. I'm going to hope they're light. And some smudging. You might see the light scratches. Can you see the light scratches? That's mostly smudge. Those lines are light scratches. Most of this is smudge. This is in that era of, what year was it? I'm going to guess late 2000s up to 2010. Is there a year? 2007. So I was right. Up to 2010. Vacancy. I saw a bit of this the other day for some reason, randomly. But I think it was just a trailer for it. Once you've checked in, the terror begins. It's like a slasher adjacent, horror thriller adjacent kind of movie. It says security device enclosed. I didn't see one. Oh, there is. That black square is the security device. Yeah, so they check into a hotel and then someone's watching, or people are watching. And then they find out someone died in it last time on a video. And they've got to figure out who's going to kill them now, or try to kill them. Vacancy. Looks fun. So I picked it up, and it's got this guy. I don't know his name. Who's that? Luke Wilson. Is that Luke Wilson? Yeah, Luke Wilson and Amy Fox. No, sorry. Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale. Well, she looks different in this for some reason. Kate Beckinsale. Vacancy. Yeah, picked it up. $2. Sorry, beg your pardon. Different store. $2. That will go in the horror collection. I've emptied it out a little bit because I've got doubles on Blu-ray. So good to add that in. And one of the last DVDs in the op shop finds. Now, when I say I should have checked, this is what we check for. This is the reason why we check. Have a look at these scratches. Now, these could be mostly surface and probably are mostly surface. But that one has been used as a coaster. I mean, some of them are a bit worrying. But it does look mostly surface. I don't see really any gouges. If this is cleaned a little bit, this might work just fine. Maybe not in my PlayStation 4, but in my Blu-ray player, it will probably work just fine. But you can see just how concerning that is. Probably should have checked that. But this is a Transformers animation. It is, I can't say I've ever heard of it, but it looks interesting. Transformers Beast Machines. I think I have a vague recollection of this. Their planets, a new battle. So, yeah, kind of like 3D animation kind of stuff. I should look at it myself. Back's been pushed in. Yeah, it's when they started messing around with 3D animation. What year would you reckon that would be? Wow, it's actually quite early. It says copyright 1999, which I think is the Transformers copyright. And 2007, no, it can't be just 1999. We had Transformers back in the day. 2007 Hasbro. So once again, another 2007 series. And then you've got these characters on the back. It has been pushed in. You can see that's been pushed in a bit on the back. $2. This was from a Vinnie's. Is that the episode list? Yeah. Spark War. Spark War Part 2. Spark War Part 3. Spark of Darkness. Endgame. The Downward Spiral. Endgame Part 2. When Legends Fall. Endgame Part 3. And Seeds of the Future. So what's that? 2, 4, 8, 10. 10 episodes. Pretty good. And I think it needs a clean though. I don't know if that will play in my PlayStation 4. Pretty cool, regardless. Sorry, Mike. All right. The last of the DVDs I found was this, and I could not say no to it. Could not say no. Let's see if I can give you the price on it. It's a box set. I'll give you the price. Alrighty, focus on the price. $7. $7. This is Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3, or Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. They call them series. Very fancy box. I had to pick it up. I do own at least one of these seasons separately, and I'm going to get rid of it now that I've got this box set. Not a massive fan, but pretty fun. Pretty fun series. That's the Mighty Boosh Special Edition DVD. Says 7 disc set, so you get Season 1, Season 2, and Season 3, or I should say Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3, plus special features. They come like that. I don't know if Mark's around, if he's heard of... I'm pretty sure he knows the Mighty Boosh, the Mighty Boosh. This is Special Edition. Obviously, you've got these little slipcases in the back. Let's open one up. So you've got that one. With the spine that comes out, and then it folds out to more pictures. My camera angles are very bad. Sorry, Mike. Got these discs, they're all very clean. And these discs, once again, very clean. And the other one is this one. So it's pretty much a complete set. So you get this box. And you get a little booklet too, I didn't realize. And then the other discs are in here. But always like a complete set. I can't imagine that I would be able to find this any other way, except for DVD, unless they've got them on Blu-ray somehow. Someone can correct me in the comments. But for $7, box set of the Mighty Boosh, you can get rid of the one disc I have of theirs. I want to do the same thing with the Flight of the Conchords. I did see a 2 or 3 disc set, sorry, 2 or 3 series set for them and put it back. Shouldn't have done that. All right, so I've got one that I definitely don't own because I did a photo check of my collection because I happen to have a photo of that section of my collection. This is smudgy but clean. Part of the Fast and the Furious franchise, Fast and the Furious Part 5. Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Dwayne Johnson, and friends. 5. I don't have 5. I picked it up. It only cost me $3. I have Fast and the Furious. I have 2 Fast, 2 Furious, Fast and Furious, Fast and Furious 6, and Fast and Furious 7. So the way some of these are titled, it gets a bit confusing. I don't know if I've got 5, 6, and 7, but I don't know which one's 4, 3, and 2. I think was Tokyo Drift, which I don't have. So I'm going to guess Fast and the Furious, then it's Tokyo Drift, then Too Fast, Too Furious, and then I don't know where it goes to from there. Maybe it's Fast and Furious, then Fast 5, then Fast 5, 6. So Fast 6 and Fast 7. That's what I'm going to guess. I might be wrong about that. But I can at least add that to the collection. I'm getting very close to completing my Fast and the Furious collection. That would be something I would love to do. Can I do that now and just move one of these onto somewhere else? I think I can. I can do that. I'm going to guess it was... Okay, so it's there. There we go. 5 goes slotted in. I pulled out The Shining, but I don't have these in any kind of order anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'll put The Shining aside. Somewhere, put you up there. And the second Blu-ray I found at the op shop was... And this comes with paperwork and stuff as well. Let me check the disc. Quite clean. Is one I'm pretty sure I don't have, because I looked in here and I couldn't see it. This is the Marvel series Civil War, when they're fighting each other. Disc is very clean. I was sure I didn't have it, and I came back and I checked and I don't have it. Once again, not a huge superhero guy. Like the idea of it. Would probably watch them just for fun. But they seem like they have a lot of problems. They're very problematic. But this one was $4 for some reason. I'm pretty sure I talked it down to $3, but I can't remember. So that will have to go with some of this collection when I clean up a little bit. I've got gaps all over the place in here. I'll just shove you... I've got my collection down here, so maybe I'll shove it down here. Yeah, shove you down here. There's a gap. There's a gap. We'll figure it out later on. And then we've got 2 VHS tapes. I picked these up over a couple of other things just because they were very much action movies from an era. I almost did pick up a couple of other things, but I decided to put them down and pick up these because they want $2 each, and I can't be paying $2 each for VHS tapes. Not multiple of them, unless they're really good. Let's just make sure it's in there. Yep, it's even been rewound. And this one, they're even backwards though. And the label's on backwards because I think they've sticky taped it down, but that's okay. I can fix that. Alright, the first one is Harvey Keitel. He's an awesome actor in a movie called The Young Americans. It is M-rated. It also has a young Viggo Mortensen, I think. Yeah, Viggo Mortensen. Young Americans, thriller, action, crime thriller. There's Viggo. Very young Viggo. And there's another photo of Viggo there at the top. With his gun out. With his pew-pew out. These were $2 each. Tape is in there. It has no topper. But there's the movie. Come on. There's the movie. And what's on the side of the movie? Can we see that? Come on, focus. What is that? Columbia TriStar Pictures. So it's got both the logos. But yeah, no topper. But it has been rewound. So I had to pick that up just because it looked like a fun movie from a fun time. Does it have a year on it? 1993. A younger Harvey Keitel. I've got to figure out where to put this tape because I don't really have a whole lot of room for tapes. This one I picked up because it had Don Johnson in it. It has been rewound. Tape sticker is upside down. Dead bang. I like Don Johnson. And what does it say? This isn't just a case anymore, it's war. Look at that beautiful sunset. Is that Miami? Is it LA? Who knows? It's got the beautiful lady on the back. Don Johnson looking handsome and suave. Beer for breakfast, cop killing for lunch, and neo-Nazis for dinner. Jerry Beck is one hungry cop. Now, the inside has got a $3.50 texter mark on the front, which I can get rid of pretty easily with a spray. That should come off. But the sticker has been put on upside down because it must have fallen off. I can correct that. Though I might have to leave the tape on there. No topper. But it has been rewound. So that is all of the old school physical media that I've found in op shops / thrift stores. No one's really watching tonight. We might just keep this brief, seeing as there's no viewers. One of the things I might do is I might swap this over to another, because you can change which style of channel that you put them under. So what I might do is I might do that now. Can we change this to... We'll change this to... We'll try that. I was expecting some people to drop in tonight, but that's okay. We'll move on to our Blu-rays, our new movies, basically. These, we've already shown you a couple of Blu-rays, but I'm going to show you some new movies that I've picked up. And I might actually cut tonight short because it's nearly 3:30 and I really don't want to stay up all night. So I'm sorry, we'll save some more stuff until later. Get out of here. All right, let's do our Blu-rays. Leave this one and this one and this one and this one and this one until last. We'll do these first because I picked these up. I picked up Jurassic World Dominion on Blu-ray. Did I talk about this last week? I can't remember, but they're up here on an angle as if I haven't. So if I have, I do apologize. I watched Jurassic World and then Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom not long ago, but they didn't, for some reason, have Dominion on streaming on Netflix. They had the first two movies of Jurassic World. So I picked it up. Obviously, when dinosaurs take over the world again, and what to do. Chris Pratt and friends. Picked it up, $17.98. So I've got that one. I need to start restacking. I have this on DVD twice actually, and now I'm going to get rid of my last one because I moved one away, and now I've got one on DVD left, which I've moved into a stack. Very disturbing film. Not disturbing in a classic sense of the word, like a horror film or something like that. Just disturbing mentally. But a great film about cars, Australian culture, pretty messed up back in the day. I picked this up because it was on special. Metal Skin. I've talked about it before. It is a very good movie. Quite disturbing. Quite disturbing. This young fella loses his shit and bad things start to happen. But a lot of car culture here in Australia. I do believe it's like 80s or early 90s. I'm going to say maybe early 90s when I think about it. But I remember seeing this back in the day on VHS and being spun out by it. I've talked about this movie before on DVD when I've had a chat on this channel. Metal Skin, it is the Umbrella re-release. I haven't opened it yet, so we will talk about it at another stage when I reopen it. And maybe rewatch it, though I'm not too keen to rewatch it straight away because I saw it about maybe 6 months ago. But I wanted it on Blu-ray. So it's an Umbrella release. We love Umbrella here. Umbrella do God's work. I don't believe in God, but you do God's work. So this is the slip sleeve, and then obviously you've got a different case cover on the inside. So happy to have that. I'm going to be getting rid of my copy. I've got a big stack here I was going to talk about tonight of things that are going to go elsewhere. Okay, and now these were today's pickups. I don't think I need that. I don't think I need that. I went to JB Hi-Fi today, but I also went to CEX. Now, if you're from the UK, I thought it was the US, but I got educated by the people in CEX. If you live in the UK or you've been to the UK, you might have heard of CEX. They do secondhand games, gaming machines, TV shows, Blu-rays. I don't think they do DVDs, but they do Blu-rays and they do 4K, amongst other things. Computers, gaming machines, PS4s, PS5s, Nintendo, Wii U, just any kind of console, any kind of game. But they also had a Blu-ray section, which I saw last time, and I came back because there were a couple of things there that I wanted, and I wasn't sure if they'd be there. But I went back and I found them. I do have to take the sticker off of this top piece. I cannot find this anywhere, but I found it in CEX. We've got a new CEX up in the local shopping centre, which I was surprised to find. This has a sleeve, but you cannot really find this anywhere. You have to hunt for it. The prequel of The Thing, also called The Thing, which is a very confusing title considering the other one was called The Thing. This is called The Thing. Love the original The Thing movie. Also love the original movie it spawned from, The Thing from Another World. This is the prequel. So what happened to the other camp? The Swiss or Scandinavians or whoever they were on the other side, the Dutch maybe, I can't remember. So the other team before, we had that happen to the American team. So yeah, I found this last time and I thought it's not going to be there again. And I really didn't want to pay. It was $20. But I got to learn that if I want something and it's hard to find, it might be worth it. So I bought it. 2-disc. You get the Blu-ray. This one says DVD. Has it got special features on it? I think it does. Let's have a look. Quite clean. That's the Blu-ray. Quite clean. Now, what does it say on the back of it? Deleted and extended scenes. The Thing evolves. Fire and Ice. Feature commentary with director Matthijs van Hilgenen and producer Eric Newman. So yeah, same cover as on the inside as on the outside. But I had to pick it up because honestly, I just don't see this around. It's an eBay search and I wasn't really enjoying eBay's prices. That's something I can probably look up again. $3.35. Don't want to spend a whole lot of time doing it. If I got eBay up open still. What? No. That's not what I want to do. Really? Do I not have anything else open except for one? I thought I had eBay open. Yeah, not very easy to find regardless. So I picked it up. So I'm happy about that. I've got The Thing. Also a prequel to The Thing. Very weird. But that's that. So I don't have to look for that anymore. I picked this one up just because of it's a memory. And I've got it on VHS tape. I don't think I have it on DVD. No, maybe I do have it on DVD. If I find it, I will have to get rid of it. But now I've got it on Blu-ray. Pretty bad CGI, to be honest, back in the day. But fun movie. A spin-off from The Mummy called The Scorpion King, played by The Rock. He was obviously a part of the backstory of The Mummy, and he was given his own story. But on Blu-ray, I think I paid $5 for that. That was $5. Sorry, the other movie, The Thing, was $20. I think I said that. This was $5. I almost bought an indie movie as well for $5, but I put it back. And they reduced the prices of these. So that was 20. The Thing was 20. This was 5, so that makes it 25. And then this movie I picked up was 20. So that would have made it. I really probably should have picked up the indie one, but it made it 45. I picked this up because I have this on DVD, but I wanted to have it on Blu-ray, and I also have the newer movie of this on Blu-ray, and I do not see it out. Another one you don't see out very much. Hang on. I need more beer. Should be drinking. This is a movie you don't really see out. I don't see, it's not available in JB Hi-Fi's or anything like that. And you may be able to find it on eBay. I have not, and it was only $20. So I did pick it up. Or was it 25? I'm pretty sure it was 20. And they gave me, or I asked for, some of their stickers, because I'm putting stickers on the fridge, obviously, over there. We've never had CX before, and I don't want to go around like supporting businesses for no reason at all. But they're pretty friendly in CEX. They've got some like your average Joe blogs workers, and they've got like very accommodating. They've got some trans and gay workers there as well, which is fantastic. It's just fantastic to see people allowed to be themselves. But yeah, I don't own this on Blu-ray, and I found it really hard to find it anywhere on Blu-ray, so I had to pick it up for $20. Man, Candyman. From the chilling imagination of Clive Barker. Huge fan of Clive Barker. Read a lot of his books over the years. Virginia Madsen and Tony Todd. This is a very unsettling movie. The score in this is very unsettling. Very, very unsettling. I do remember watching this on VHS back in the day. In fact, I owned my own copy of it back in the day on VHS. And it's a very bleak. Everything's like toned down in the movie. So when you go in, there's like splashes of color and stuff as well. But when you go into the projects, like, you know, the area where all of the people live, and they're like multi-story flats in a very poor area, and then you're going into the deeper, darker sections of that, it's already very muted. And the music plays this huge part in the background of being a bit sad and quite scary and eerie. Virginia Madsen did a really good job of playing her character in this, and Tony Todd also was very, very dark, very, very sad, and very unsettling in it as well. So one of these movies that I really can't fault too much, and I love the way it plays out. I love the way that he plays games with everybody, and he still murders people, but sort of makes sure that other people cop the blame, so his legend still continues on. The disc, I didn't check, did I? Super clean. I mean, I would expect that. I think CEX have their own disc cleaners. I would hope so, for the prices you're paying for it. But I'll put these stickers up when I get a chance to. In fact, I'll just leave them up here so I don't forget. At least one of them is going to go on my fridge. And he said to me, overall, trans person, I don't know if it's a he or a she, and I do apologize. I did try really hard not to say thank you, sir, or anything like that. I think I might have put my foot in it a couple of times, but very accommodating. And I said, can I have a couple of stickers? And they said, well, we don't really even use these. We pull them out occasionally, so yeah, have some. So they gave me some stickers. Candyman, fantastic find. Really, really happy with finding this. Really happy with finding this. A movie now that I can move on my copy of Candyman, which is somewhere up here. I've got the DVD copy. Let me just move this. This is my copy of Candyman, and you can see I haven't even opened it. It's still sealed. It's a cult cinema, or cinema cult version of Candyman. I don't really like these grey packets. I know that some people might, but this is my copy. But I originally watched it on VHS back in the day. And still sealed. They had it for like $6 something, or $5. It's worth more than that now, but yeah. Sealed copy of Candyman that I'll be getting rid of. Big stack to talk about another time. And the last thing I got wasn't from CEX. It was, in fact, from JB Hi-Fi. So I popped in there, and because lately they've put a lot of their umbrellas and like their other distributor films on special. So as you probably know, if you go into JB Hi-Fi or if you buy from Umbrella, a lot of those movies are around the $39, $40 to $50, $55, $60 mark. If you're getting sets like 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, sometimes above that. But this one has been on my list for quite a while now, and I have watched many a time the VHS of it, and I've also got all three that I hunted down individually over a couple of years, movie 1, 2, and 3 on DVD, which I've got in this stack right here. Can't really see the stack, but if I do this, you can. This is a stack of get rid ofs, duplicates, which is really satisfying because it means that most of these are now on Blu-ray. So really happy about that. This I got, like, I think this one was actually priced at $60, $65, sorry. And they had it on special for $48.50. So I had to say yes, though I did get it on Afterpay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the collection. They're running dry in stores at the moment, so unless you're buying straight from Umbrella, if they've still got stock available, you'll find it maybe a little bit hard to find it. But it's got movie 1, 2, and 3. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is a fantastic movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Secret of the Ooze. And the last one was Turtles in Time, where they go back to samurai feudal Japan. But this is the collection. So really cool. Really, really cool. And really happy to have it. Literally was on my to-do list. I'm slowly getting through my to-do list, which is awesome because it feels very daunting when you start collecting movies and you think, I'm never going to catch up with all the ones I want. I'm slowly getting there. I've gotten quite a lot of the ones that I've wanted and more, so I am getting ahead of myself now. I've just got to watch them all. But I would like to review this at some point in time as a collection, and I might do that again. Once again, Umbrella. We love you, Umbrella. I hope you watch occasionally, Umbrella, because we do love you. We do love you so. It's 3 movies for one, and I got it for $41.50, which is $48.50, sorry, which is a fantastic price for a 60-plus movie. $65 movie, set of movies on Blu-ray in a beautiful case, quite heavy. You can feel all of the discs in there. All right, so we really haven't had much engagement tonight. I'm going to pull the plug on how long this goes, which is pretty much going to be now. So what I might do, though, is I might just do Toy Talk and then end it here. I was hoping for a couple of viewers at least. I'll try to flit around and change some of my settings to try and get more viewers. But YouTube, as we know, YouTube doesn't do anyone any favors with their algorithm. Just really not impressed with YouTube at the moment. We're not sequential anymore like we used to be. We're not a sequential channel because YouTube doesn't do things sequentially, just like Instagram doesn't do anything sequentially anymore. You can't just drop it in and it comes up in people's feed. It's a matter of like checking all the boxes for them. We'll let 5% of your viewers see. People that subscribe to me already, 5% of them will see the video. If none of them watch it, then they'll try to feed out dribs and drabs to other people. And if they don't watch it, then they won't try anymore. And that's the problem with YouTube, is that if I have subscribers, you should be prioritizing my subscribers. You should be prioritizing my subscribers. If someone's subscribed to me, you should be showing them a video because they made a conscious effort to subscribe. But that's not how this works, unfortunately. YouTube only gives to some of your subscribers. Some. And occasionally they might give it to some people out in the real world. And then if nobody watches, then they can cut you off. So, yeah, unfortunately, that is a very sad reality. Now, right now, we are going to move on to Toy Talk, and then we're going to call it a night because, honestly, I don't know if anybody else does YouTube, but talking to yourself is really, really boring. A bit of banter back and forth. I mean, Mark is one of my mainstays. There's a couple of other people that drop in. And thank you to everybody who does drop in, people that make an effort and who actually leave comments, subscribe, share, like, dislike. If you want to dislike a video, please dislike it. It's all engagement to me. If you got something you don't like about the video, put it in the comments. You think I'm boring? Put it in the comments. You think I need to talk about better things? Put it in the comments. You think I should review things more often? Put it in the comments. Whatever it is you think you could be good, but you don't do these things, put it in the comments. That way I know what you guys need out of me, and I can try harder to give you guys what you want. Obviously, I'm not the kind of person that panders to what other people want, but I'm a channel, so I'd like to see people, be fulfilled at the end of watching an episode. So if you've got anything to say to me at all, good or bad, put it in the comments. Quite happy to hear it. No offense taken on anything. I'm 52 years old. I've seen a lot. I can take it. You're all good. All right, let us move on to Toy Talk so that we can then move on to closing off for this evening. How does it go? I think it goes a little bit like this.
Toy Talk.
We're on to Toy Talk. We've got 3 things to talk about. One of them was in the thumbnail for the image that you saw for this particular video. So let us show you at least the first one of those 3 to begin with. Hang on. One. Well, there's actually 4. We'll really want to be specific. There's 4. 2. And one of them fell underneath. I don't really care about that. There's another one in here somewhere. Oh, goodness, really? There we go. 4. But 4 is going to go in my car, so I don't really understand why I left it here. All right, let's talk about the first one. They're mostly Star Wars related, except for 2. I picked this up. It's still got the tag on it, and it is from the sequels, not the prequels or the original trilogy. But this is Star Wars related. I have seen these before. Never been terribly interested in picking them up, but it was on sale, obviously in an op shop. It is legitimate, and it goes in my collection of vehicles, which I have on the shelf just here. One day I will show that. Come on, lighting. Get with me. Get with me, lighting. That is a plush Millennium Falcon. You've probably all seen these out here, somewhere, some or other. There's the logo and the tag, the original tag. It does say this has been priced at $2 in the op shop, but it's a Disney tag, so I can probably take that sticky tape off. Original tag. There's the other tag that says that it's a Star Wars. Sorry, I should do it this way. A Star Wars toy. It's a plush Millennium Falcon. Even has the sequel radar dish on top. I just wanted to add it to my Millennium Falcon collection because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Millennium Falcons now. So I can add this to my... There's not much room up here. I can add this to my Legacy, my miniature, whatever that one is there. I've got a beanie. What are they called? They're like the little beans that are shaped like characters that sit in there. I've got like a little bean something or other Millennium Falcon, and I've got this one as well. So that can go up there and be a part of the Millennium Falcon collection. Not super interested, but because it's a Millennium Falcon basically. All right, the next thing I'm going to show you, I bought just to hang in my car, really, but it cost me $1, I think, 50 cents. Was a the Grinch. He's got a little hangy thing. I like his face. I like his attitude. Can my face fit here? Yeah, 50 cents. I just wanted to hang it from the car. I probably still will. It's got to get, and it's plush, so squeezy. I like it. Smells alright too. The next thing I'm going to show you is cool because I saw it like just randomly. I was looking through a shelf in a op shop in Reservoir, and I just looked up and went, "Oh my god, what's that doing there?" And that is a I don't even know what it is. I paid $2 for it. A kind of C3PO. Look how big it is. It's quite large. I don't really know what this is though. I know it's a C3PO. But I don't really know where it came from or what it is. Its head doesn't turn, nothing moves. It's basically a statue, but it's plastic. So you can see how big it is. If I put it next to my head, literally on my shoulder, next to my ear, you can see my ear moving. It's about yay big. It's about yay big. So quite large. If I put it on my hand so Roddy can see it, it's a C3PO. It's a 3PO. Not too bad painted, really. Not too badly painted. pretty cool. And a statue. So non-moving limbs. Torso doesn't move, head doesn't move, feet don't move, hands don't move. It's just stuck in one position. But man, of course I'm going to take a 3PO home with me because I love Star Wars. Well, at least the original trilogy and the prequels. Though I do like some of the characters from the newer movies. I just don't like the plot or the story so much. So yeah, $2. Just standing on a shelf. I was looking up and I went, you're coming home with me. There's no way, there's no two ways about it. There's no three ways about it. There we go. Really cool, man. Really cool. And a nice 3PO. Can we focus? Focus, Roddy. Focus. Put him in front of me so it blocks me. There we go. Now his eyes do look a little bit frantic. Huh? 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 Oh, there you are. There you are, Master Luke. I thought I'd lost you. Yeah, very cool. Not too badly painted either. I mean, the back's kind of nice. Buckus, Roddy. Yeah, it's very basic. But nice. Basic and nice. So that will fit into a shelf somewhere, hopefully with all my other Star Wars stuff. And the lastly but not leastly, this giant thing. It was from Mutant Mayhem. And I like it, though I realised later that I don't really like the way their masks sit on their head and don't leave the green bald spot. But I picked up a giant Ralph. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's huge. I mean, he's a big boy. Sorry, Mike. He's a big boy. I need to move Mike over here. He's a big boy. I mean, I like having a big toy in here, like really nicely detailed as well. I would never have bought this from the shelf just because of how expensive they are. But the details on the shell are really nice. On the buck and the body, really nice. Ralph has always been the grumpy one. Always been the one that's always ready for conflict. The thing I don't like about these figurines, and I picked it up for $5, if you can believe that. If you don't believe me, it's right there. It's right there. $5. Could not believe it. It was like $5. Yep, you're coming home with me. No two ways about it. His wrists don't move. They're meant to move. They look like they're supposed to move. Yeah, a little bit. His arms don't move at the elbow, but they do move at this part, forward and backwards. Legs do bend. I don't know how that helps. And do at the hips. The hips do not spin, obviously, because he's got that giant shell on his back. Not a fan of the full ninja mask on the head. I prefer seeing the bald green spot in the middle where you see the top of their head, but that's the way they did it in that movie. One thing I do not like is the feet are hollow. This is, by all intents and purposes, a cheap way to get around making your figures, like putting more plastic in the figure, basically, and spending more money. Has dirty big holes that go all the way through, and means that the feet aren't heavy. So the body is heavy, and the body will transfer its weight through the feet, or the legs and the feet to stand up, and it stands up completely fine. But honestly, solid feet is what collectors want. Solid feet all the way to the bottom. But still, for $5, I love this. I love it. I don't know where I'm going to put it because I don't have that much room, but I love it. I think it's cool. Really freaking cool. His wrists don't move, which is a bit of a problem. I don't have his nunchucks. I think it's nunchucks he has. No, it's Sai. Is it Sai? Sai or nunchucks? One of the two. I think it's Sai, actually, from Ralph. Remembering Ralph, I think it's Sai. They're like the dagger-looking weapons. But really cool looking. Nice detail. I like his belt, so you can see the two spots where the clips hold his weapons in. Really nice details. Nice color. I like the color a lot, actually. All over the color is really cool, but just not those empty feet. $5. That was the best deal ever. That and C-3PO. So I've got some big toys. They all kind of hang out together, but I might have to try to figure out if I can show them off a little bit better somewhere else. Cool. Well, that was Toy Talk. Can I get you to stand up? Are you going to stand? I really don't want you falling over. I'm going to leave it there, guys, because it's nearly 4 in the morning, and I really don't want to do this past that point. I think I've already been on for at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I could talk about other things. I'll do a quick news, and we'll leave it there, because I want to talk about... I am getting a little bit tippy.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
Yeah, a bit like that. I'll do quick news. I'm going to play you a video. I don't think anyone's watching anyway, so that's okay. No live viewers. I've only had one visit. So let's get out of here. Let's get over... Really? You're not going to show me? Why is this not separated? I'm going to go over here. No, don't play it. Please don't play it. That's not what I want you to do. We're going to go to full screen. My news is the Firefly reunion discussion. We still don't know what's happening. It's going to be tomorrow. Hopefully we'll find out. Is it going to be all of the Firefly crew? Okay, let me just go to the news bumper first. News bumper first. News. I don't have any mail, by the way. I've ordered stuff. It hasn't arrived yet, so there's no mail. But we are going to do news. But where's my news bumper? Where's my news bumper, mate? I lost my news bumper? What? Oh, there it is. News. On to news. We're going to go across to a video that I tried to show it last week, but I didn't have enough video to show it. But there's been released small Instagram videos of each character from... come on, Roddy, focus. It's not that crazy to focus on me. Each character from Firefly, if you're a Firefly fan. Obviously, that was cut off way too soon. Then we got a movie to finalize it, and then it was over. People have been calling for a reunion for years. We don't know really what's happening. Is it just all of them together at a convention? Is it all of them on Nathan Fillion's podcast? I don't know. People have been saying a lot of things, but he's been saying no, no, no to everything. So I don't know what it is. But obviously Wash, his character got killed off in Serenity. So I don't know. He's just been told that he's also involved. So let's just watch this for news. Because this, let's go to desktop cam. Because this is a video of each of the individual videos that he released. And you can make your mind up yourself about it.
Oh, wow. Does this mean it's time?
It's time.
Okay.
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 That's the first one.
Joel?
Wait, are we?
Yes, we are.
Shiny.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Second one. We're up to third. I don't think this was the third, actually. This was one of the last ones.
Saw this coming.
That's what Summer said.
It's about what I think it's about, huh?
It's about what you're thinking about.
Well, okay then.
Well, okay then. That. From my own. Oh, we're both in our...
You son of a bitch.
Whoa.
Are we doing this?
Oh, We're doing this.
Both playing cops.
How do I get out of here?
We don't want any.
Well, wait, Sean, it's me.
I thought I might see you.
And here I am.
So, it's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Well then.
Well then.
Whoa.
Oh, holy. Got that?
Wind.
That's crazy.
Summer glow.
Well.
Has the day finally come?
The day has finally come.
I knew it would.
Yeah, still a little creepy when you do that.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go back to Roddy Cam and wish you all a good night. Where's Roddy Cam? Really? There you go. Rotten Roddy. Here we are, Rotten Roddy. It's a shame. I've been talking to myself all night, but hopefully there's some replay crew who are going to jump in later on. Small channel, not many people watch, but hopefully we'll get some more people jumping on. It's just drinking and talking. It's not that big of a deal. I've already finished my beer. We're all done now. Only froth remains. All right. I'm going to bid you all a good night and a wonderful morning, and I'm going to spend the next couple of hours munching on chips. I'm watching a little bit of something on this television over yonder. And thank you very much for those that do replay crew. I do hope to see you. Leave a comment in the comment section. If you have enjoyed the video or spent any time with me at all throughout the next week, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, comment, or even if you don't want to do any of that, just share it with someone who might like this kind of content where we talk about movies, pop culture, toys, games we haven't even started on. We've got so many games. Oh my God, too many games. We will get around to it eventually. If you like our vlog, you like listening to someone speak live and listen later on with your earbuds in just for something to do, we usually go for about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. We have verged over to 3 every once in a while. Just, have a listen, have a chat. If you've got anything interesting to talk about, chuck it into the comments or the chat. And we will see you on the next Doom vlog. Roddy wishes you a good night, and so do I. And if you want to know what the movie in the background was called, it is called Ice. And I'll show you the cover, because I keep on top of this. Ice, the new Ice Age Apocalypse. It's like 3 hours long or something. If you haven't seen it before, maybe go and see it. If you are not interested, completely understandable. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to subscribe. You don't have to, but you can always unsubscribe later. No big deal. No big whoop. And we'll see you on the next Doom vlog, which will be episode 46. We're getting closer, inching closer to 50. We'll do something special for the 50th episode. Once again, if you can think of something you'd like me to do for the 50th episode of the Doom vlog, please go ahead and leave it in the comments section, and I'll see whether it's feasible or doable or embarrassing, or who knows, maybe it's completely fine. If it's a competition, let me know. I've got stuff in here I can get rid of. We can do a competition. In the meantime, though, thank you so very much for your time. Have a good night. I love you. I'm going to leave you. Don't forget to, what letters haven't I done yet? Bounce your beavers. Please don't take that the wrong way. And suck on your serenities. None of it makes sense. Pat your mum good night. Pat your dog. And cuddle your cat. And do the dishes when you wake up. Don't forget to do the dishes. Very important. And we'll see you on the next one. Love you. Gonna leave you. It's busy in the Neon Doom room for the Doom vlog episode 45. Have a good night. Bye.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.